Hi, everyone. It's Donna Cronin here from Exit Riverbend Realty. And today I have invited David Hauser from Prime Lending, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and share a little bit about himself and his company.
Sure. Thank you, Donna. And thanks for taking the time to do this. I think it's a very proactive step on your part, and it's good for the community and real estate in general. My name is David Hauser. I'm with Prime Lending. I've 28 years in the business, joined Prime Lending in 2012. We opened our first office here in Vienna in 2013. And since then have gained #1 market share in the Parkersburg Marietta MSA and across the state of West Virginia in its entirety. Served thousands of homeowners since we've been here. And we are a true mortgage bank. I think that's something that's important to hit on.
Awesome. All right. Well, you were saying that you shared with me before that you all offer a special renovation program. And I thought maybe you could tell us a little bit about how that works, what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So in addition to the 400 some products that we offer, everything that most any other lender would offer, we have a renovation portfolio that consists of 18 different renovation programs, from conventional loans to FHA to even no down payment USDA loans. We can overcome property condition issues with that said. So whether the house just needs some freshening up or it needs an entire second story or outdoor living or a mother-in-law suite or something like that, we're able to accommodate, even if the house is half burnt to the ground.
Oh, wow.
What I think makes it unique, yes, absolutely. So it's half burnt to the ground, but it's the right neighborhood. Don't worry about it. Make an offer. What I think is important for folks to understand is that if you've watched HGTV and you've watched shows like Fixer Upper, this is really how this happens. This is how those shows become reality. And it's one application, one closing, and one payment. So there's no modification or anything like that. It's really start to finish all in one. And everything is based upon the after improved value. So the appraisal itself is done as if all the improvements have been made. So we overcome appraisal issues up front. And then property condition issues, again, are not a concern. If it's got a cracked foundation, that's fine. We can finance in those types of repairs as well.
Those things do tend to scare people off. So I'm glad you shared that. What are some of the suggested steps that you have for somebody when they first take on this type of loan that they might do ahead of time?
Well, first things first, always use a real estate agent. I can't stress that. Real estate is a local business, whether it's, it doesn't matter. Always use a real estate professional that's local to you in the community. But the first step is always get pre-qualified as well. Reach out and talk to your Prime Lending professional about what you're wanting to do and make the application, whether it's online, face-to-face. We can accommodate. We have all the tools that the fintechs are using online, but we're local as well, so it makes a huge difference in the process. And unlike the folks online, we do take the time to counsel. So we're not just order takers. We're here to counsel somebody and guide them through this process.
That's important. I've met a lot of clients that like to know that you're right here, that you're somebody they can come and speak to. So.
Absolutely. Especially when you're taking on a renovation project, you really need local expertise.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Are there extra fees that are associated with these types of loans?
There are extra fees depending upon the type. So we have 18 different programs and each one's a little bit different, but most of those fees can be financed. So it really doesn't change the out-of-pocket for the consumer much.
Oh, okay. These are really excellent things for people to hear about. Is there a cap on the amount you can borrow when you're doing these types of loans?
Well, yes, there is actually, and it's really based upon the conforming loan limit, which currently is $548,250. So somebody buying a $100,000 home could essentially put $350,000 or $400,000 into a piece of property and make it the home that they want it to be, not just what it is today. And if we are going down the FHA route, then the limit would be $356,362 today. So got a lot of room for small improvements or even very large improvements.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that can turn anything into a dream home then.
Absolutely. Yes. Always buy the property based upon the community that you want to be in. We can make it what you want it to be.
Yes. Can't change that location.
Correct.
So how many of these loans would you say on average does Prime Lending process?
Oh gosh, as a company, we do thousands of them. I would tell you our local group here serving this market and all across West Virginia and Southeastern Ohio is, we lead the country within our company for the amount of renovation loans that we do. So we're very well experienced. We have a full staff on hand here locally that takes care of the project from start to finish.
That's Just great. I'm glad to hear that. It puts a lot of people at ease when they know they're working with somebody who knows how to do it.
Correct.
Do you have a list if somebody didn't know a contractor? Do you guys provide information on suggested appraisals, contractors, helpful people?
Yes, we do. We keep a list of contractors that we've worked with in the past. So we keep a list of validated contractors. So the state of West Virginia requires a license and insurance. Ohio just requires insurance. But we keep a running list of those that we've worked with in the past and can share that list, but don't necessarily recommend one over the other.
Oh, yes, of course. I understand that. But that's good to know you have it, because a lot of people I meet, they're like, I don't know who to call. And I share with them as well as a real estate agent. But it's nice to know that you, as a renovating, working with them.
Yeah, and I should add with that most importantly, the Lowe's, the Home Depots, Menards, which we're getting one here locally, but they have other locations across the state, have their own installation program. So they have their own list of contractors as well. So if someone's using a Lowe's, a Menards, or a Home Depot, and they go to get estimates, whether it's for appliances or a new kitchen or a new roof, once they give us that build sheet or that estimate from Lowe's, Menards, or Home Depot, then that's all we need.
Oh, well, that's even more like that would be just for more of a simplified reno.
Exactly. Yeah. They can walk in and see the staged kitchen and say, I want that kitchen. And they give them a simple printout. We appraise the property as if that kitchen is already in the home.
I think people are going to be excited to hear that.
Absolutely.
What would you say is the average percentage of a down payment that's required for a reno loan?
Great question. So USDA obviously requires no down payment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are some geographic limitations and some income restrictions with that program. But outside of that, if we're looking at conventional loans or FHA loans, we're looking at 3 to 5% being the minimum down payment on the program, depending upon which one they would choose to go with.
I think that's exciting news for many. That seems to be a misunderstood, that they're going to have 20% down or 30% down. And that's probably the most exciting news.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you take simple math, if it's a $50,000 purchase and they want to put $50,000 in it, it's a $100,000 package. They need $3,000 to $5,000 of their own funds, and the seller can pay up to 6%, depending upon the program, of their closing costs and prepaids as well.
Oh, I can't wait for people to see this interview, because I have a feeling they're going to be knocking on my doors with these homes that have been sitting there, but there's just one thing or two things, like a central heating unit, there's window units in the AC, that they know there's an option available. Absolutely.
We see a lot of HVAC systems being replaced all the time.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I'm really excited to share this on my Facebook channel and on my YouTube page, and hopefully you'll get some phone calls, and I'll be working with you again.
Well, certainly appreciate the time, Donna. It's been a pleasure. And just remember, when folks start with us, they always finish with us. We can overcome property issues, and they can go to primelending.com/West Virginia and pick out a location, regardless of where they're at in the state.
Exciting. All right. Well, thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good day.
You too. Thanks for your time.